The subconscious mind speaks the language of feeling. In order to get deep into the recesses of your subconscious mind for fast manifestation, it's imperative to translate your desires in a way that it can understand exactly what you want to manifest. And we do this through sensory-based language, or the use of our senses. Our three main sensory receivers are visual, auditory, and kinesthetic, and each of us has a dominant learning style that the brain uses to absorb and program new information or goals. However, we build these muscles by incorporating all three for more accurate manifestation success. The human brain has evolved to operate and accept our goals in a multisensory environment, so we are already programmed to process multisensory signals. Inputs that are multisensory provide different information that the subconscious mind can use to move us towards our desires. The main concept of multisensory goal inputting is that the subconscious mind can learn and process exactly what it is that we want in a much faster way. A combination of simultaneous stimuli enables it to interpret, store, seek out, and retrieve the desired goal. Here's where people sometimes have difficulty. When we state our desires in general terms, the subconscious mind doesn't really understand that that is what is wanted. Without specifically using our sensory muscles, the subconscious mind will not have a clear idea of what it needs to work on for you. Let's use an example of overall happiness. This is a defined goal. However, if we say we desire to be happy without any further sensory instructions as to the various aspects of our life that we would like to increase in happiness, such as relationships, abundance, or spirituality, it will be too broad of a goal for the subconscious mind to understand. Because it takes things literally, it will stop its efforts towards manifesting a goal as soon as it thinks it has satisfied our criteria. In other words, if you were to find an extra $5 just lying on the ground and it makes you feel happy, the subconscious will believe it has done all it needs to do to fulfill the desire of happiness. And it may possibly stop its efforts at that point. So it's our job to define the goal specifically and teach it what we mean in certain terms with more detailed sensory instructions. And we do this by defining the goal as specifically as possible with sensory-based language. Here's how to do it. Let's use the example of overall happiness once again. You'll want to answer a few sensory-based questions in order to give your subconscious mind the right information in order to work towards your goal. So number 1, what will you see in your life that will let you know that you have manifested your desire? More specifically, if you achieved overall happiness, what would you see that you don't see now? For example, you might see yourself with the love of your life, or on a peaceful vacation, or even living in the home of your dreams. What visual could you produce in your mind that matches this manifestation? These are tangible visual examples of having manifested your desire. The subconscious mind can literally see these examples as you produce them in your mind. For the second part of this process, ask yourself what you will hear other people saying about you or to you when you have manifested your goal. And what will you be saying to yourself? The answers to these questions will be something to the effect of, "You're one of the happiest people I know." And from yourself, you would hear a comment like, "I am happier than I've ever been." Your subconscious mind will literally hear the examples as you produce them in your mind. Next, you'll want to move on to the kinesthetic portion. How will you feel when you have manifested your desire? This question's a little trickier because the answer might be expressed as emotions similar to happiness, joyful, or satisfied. It could also mean something like touching a physical object. However, if you're using emotion-based words, they will still be abstractions to the subconscious mind and will need to be broken down into a more sensory-based description. To do this, imagine a time in your past when you had the desired feeling, such as happiness. Attach these feelings to the images and the sounds that you previously produced in the other parts of this process, and sit with that for as long as you're able to create those sensations. To further enhance this sensory-based subconscious language, ask yourself the following questions about this part of the process. Where in your body do you notice the greatest concentration of the feeling? Can you associate a color with this feeling? Does it have a temperature, such as warmth? Does the feeling have a texture that you can define? Don't be too concerned if you can't answer all the kinesthetic questions. Just do the best that you can. These kinesthetic answers are a more tangible, sensory-based description of an otherwise abstract concept of happiness. In going through this part of the process, the concept of happiness is defined in such a way that the subconscious mind can interpret, store, seek out, and retrieve this feeling, and ultimately the manifestation that aligns with that. Describing your desire in a language that the subconscious mind can understand is critical to manifesting the results you desire. Whether your goal is happiness, a healthy relationship, physical well-being, financial abundance, or a positive and successful self-image, this process will help clarify your goal for the subconscious mind in the language it speaks to create your life. Essentially, you give it a map to follow so it can take you to your preferred destination. It must know where you want to go in order to take you there.